Hello and welcome to Stress Busters. My name is Mariann Johnson and I am a mindfulness and wellbeing instructor for the Earl Bakken Center for Spirituality and Healing at the University of Minnesota. I'm very pleased that you've joined us today. We're going to be doing mindful movements today and primarily standing yoga postures. The postures will be slow and intentional as a way to cultivate present moment mindful awareness. And because the body is always in the present moment, it's a wonderful instrument, if you will, to anchor our attention as a way to enhance our sense of focus, our sense of stability, and an inner resiliency. So I'm going to be barefoot during these movements. I'm going to be standing on my yoga mat right back there in just a moment or two. But you could also be doing this standing on a bare floor or a larger towel if you'd like as well. And just another word about self-care here before we begin. And that's to never go beyond your own personal edge here. Practicing these mindful movements, these standing yoga postures, are not about striving or pushing or excelling. It's rather about turning inward, that gaze that's generally externally oriented for most of us, bringing it inward and being aware from the inside out of what's present for you, particularly with sensations in the body, but also the mind and the heart as well. And just being with the fluidity of the movements, the sensations in the body, breath by breath and moment by moment. So if I'm doing anything in a posture that may not be appropriate for you, trust your instincts. For example, if I'm raising my arm, there will be several of those throughout these postures, and maybe you've got a shoulder issue, just don't raise your arms. You can also experiment with visualizing the movement, just standing in something I'm going to teach us in a moment, which is mountain posture. That has been demonstrated to have some benefits as well, the visualization of the movement and just your mindful, intentional awareness. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to move my chair out of the way here now. And let's just begin with mountain posture. It's a standing posture that represents a sense of groundedness and stability in our bodies. So let's begin by placing our feet parallel. And maybe lifting up the toes to begin with, spreading them wide, and then just placing them down on the floor. Maybe doing that a couple of times and really feeling the sensation of the toes in contact with the floor as well as the base of the feet. And then let's just do a little rocking motion. Backward, let's go side by side first, just side by side. And noticing the placement of the feet and how the points of contact with the floor transfer with this subtle movement of the body. And now let's go back and forth. Just feeling that rocking motion and the anchoring quality of the feet on the floor, how they serve to ground us. Coming to a pause now and noticing almost as if there's imagining roots coming out of the bottoms of the feet and grounding us into the earth now. That sense of stability here, right now for us. And now in mountain posture, it can be nice to have a sense of uplift as well in this chest area. So maybe rolling up, back, and down the shoulders a couple times to really experience that. Another little trick could be just to take the thumbs and reverse them back, and you're probably feeling a sense of uplift in that chest. So keeping that sense of uplift now, just allowing the arms to fall to the side. Can be a nice feeling. So many of us are over our computers these days that we neglect this really important place of opening up the chest and allowing the breath to more freely move through the lungs and the body. And now, as if there is an imaginary string coming out of the crown of the head, a sense of elongating the spine from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. Noticing the strength of the legs right now. And this stability of this posture, as if it's a standing mountain. The top of the head, the top of the mountain, and grounded all the way through the body. Just enjoying this mountain posture. This is the posture that we can use throughout our day when we're standing at our desk. Some of us have standing desks, or standing in line somewhere, or just as the beginning of a walking meditation, or just walking through the halls at your home, or if you're still in your office, at your office. So now let's begin moving from this posture in and out of it to others. So let's begin now by taking an in-breath in, palms facing towards the ceiling, and taking a deep, full, satisfying in-breath in. And when you get to the top, just allowing a full out-breath. And let's extend those fingers long and tall, feeling the stretch to the bottoms of the feet, all the way up through the tips of the fingertips. And now when you're ready, take a deep breath in. And when you breathe out, pursing the lips and really allowing that out breath to slowly release as you slowly release the arms out, palms facing down. Let's do that 2 more times. So deep, full, slow, satisfying in-breath in as we raise the arms up. Extending out from the arms. If you're doing this, release those shoulders down. Extend the arms up tall. Deep in-breath in. One more. That simple posture of being in mountain and taking a couple of intentional, deeper, fuller, satisfying breaths can sometimes serve to recalibrate your energy or your intention throughout the day. All right, let's move now from this posture just to doing another, I'll call this picking the apple at the top of the tree. And let me show you what I mean by that. Taking a deep in-breath in once again. I'm going to reach with my right side now as if there's an apple in a tree way high above that I'm grabbing for now. Just a nice, nice stretch. Again, from that right foot, from the toes to the tips of the fingertips here. And then coming back to center. And a gentle but intentional stretch here now. Grabbing for that apple in the tree with the other arm. For me, I'm feeling the stretch from the bottoms of my feet all the way up to the fingertips here. As I just gently stretch, coming back to center. One more deep, full, satisfying in-breath in. Slowly releasing. All right. Let's just do a little side stretch now, and I'll demonstrate this. Once again, the arms are going to raise up. Anytime we do this, slow, deliberate in-breath. And then I'm going to extend my left hip out, and I'm just going to do a nice little bend to the side. Elbows parallel with ears, gently just allowing the neck to fall in a way that feels appropriate for you, a gentle release. And then taking an in-breath in and coming back up, and we'll do that on the other side as well. So let's begin now. Stretching out through those fingertips, groundedness in the feet, the legs. In-breath in, and let's reverse sides. Feeling that stretch along the side of the body, and here as well. Both sides, lifted Strong in-breath in, taking a breath in, deep, satisfying, full, slow release again. Now remembering to adjust and modify any of these postures. So for example, if it doesn't feel right for you to bend as far as I have, just a very gentle and delicate bending in sometimes can be really helpful to the body. So again, gentle movements. All right, let's do some shoulder rolls now. And we'll begin once again in our mountain posture. I like to say that the stillness in yoga is as powerful as the movement. So let's just take a moment, gently closing your eyes if you'd like now. And just notice the overall quality and condition of the body, mind, and heart in this moment. Maybe you're noticing a little bit of warmth in the body, even from those few movements. Or maybe you're noticing some stiffness or soreness in the body, or a sense of peace, ease, or something in between. Whatever is present for you now, just give it a gentle allowing. It's already here. Seeing if you can greet the body with care and compassion as we move through the different postures. And again, maybe using the breath a bit more intentional when you find areas of tension or holding in the body, softening into. We oftentimes tighten around discomfort in the body. See if you can mindfully soften into and breathe into, and with the out breath, just releasing tension, holding as best you can as we move through each of the postures. So now, from our mountain posture, again, our feet are grounded, parallel on the floor. Let's begin with some neck rolls. So let's just start with bringing our chin down to our chest. Just allowing that sensation of the gentleness of the neck. Just releasing that heavy head. And maybe also inviting a sense of release of the corners of the eyes and the mouth, the jaw, the tongue. Softening the muscles around the belly, soft belly breathing. Throughout all these postures can be helpful. And then when you're ready, just a gentle shift to the right so the ear is over right shoulder, and then rotating to the other side. And just these very gentle movements on your own. Back and forth. To protect the back of the neck, we're not rotating all the way back in a circular motion. And now coming to one side. And I'd like you to practice an elongation of the muscle here by once again envisioning as if there's a string coming out of the crown of the head and you're extending long. We're not bringing that ear down to the shoulder quite yet. We're just doing a really nice stretch from the fingertips all the way up here out of the crown of the head. So nice help with that muscle here on the side of the neck. So just a nice extension. And when you feel that the stretch is appropriate for you, then if you'd like, bringing that ear a little bit closer down to the shoulder. So you've got two separate but helpful stretches going on here now. And then when you're ready, slowly rotating over to the other side, and let's do the same. Stretching long. And when and if you're ready, bringing that ear a little closer down to the shoulder. Taking your breath in, rotating back to center. All right. And now let's do some shoulder rolls. We did a couple of them when we started here in our standing mountain pose. Let's just bring the shoulders up to the ears. Many of us can feel like this at the end of the day, but let's just roll them back and down. Shoulders up to the ears. So we're doing circular motions here, bringing the shoulder blades together in the back, Pointing the elbows back towards the back of the room. Again, another nice chest opening here. Coming back to center. And let's do some forward roll. So that same circular motion, we're bringing the elbows in a little different direction now as a way to really open up that space between the shoulder blades in the back. And coming back to center. Once again, just pausing for a moment, closing eyes or a soft gaze if that feels appropriate for you, and just checking in with the body. What are you noticing now? Maybe a sense of the heart beating, present moment awareness of any and all body sensations, a tingling, a softness, a tightness. If you notice tightness or holding in a particular area in the body, seeing if you can meet it with some compassion and caring now, as you might meet a good friend who's having some difficulty. Softly breathing into it. And taking a deeper, fuller out breath and just releasing as best you can, inviting ease. We all hold tension and stress in our bodies, and these movements can not only help us with mindfulness, but also to strengthen the muscular and skeletal systems as well. All right, let's do a balance posture here. So both my feet, again, are planted on the floor about hip width distance apart. And I'll demonstrate first. Arms are extended out long, fingertips. And again, rolling back down and the shoulders here. So the shoulder blades are rolling back and down. And my arms are extended long. And I'm going to shift all my weight now to my left leg. And I'm going to flex and point the toe of my right leg. And this could be the posture, just right here, a lovely balancing posture. If it feels appropriate for you, you could experiment with lifting the toe a bit. And just soft belly breathing, soft gaze of the eyes, soft jaw, shoulders. And then when you're ready, taking in a deeper, fuller in-breath and slowly lowering with that out-breath the legs and the arms. Taking a moment now maybe to notice the difference between the sides of the body, examining inward. And let's balance that out now. So we'll do just the opposite sides of the body. Elongating those fingertips out, pointing that toe, feeling the strength of that standing leg. The resiliency of this human body. It's rather amazing. Its strength, its stability. Deep breath in when you're ready, and slowly with the out breath, releasing the leg, the arms. Slowing down these if you need to, standing in mountain posture, and just again, watching the movements for now can be a good mindfulness practice. And adjusting them however you need to. So let's just do a little side twist here, which can be a nice gift to our spine. So we'll start with both hands on the side, and I'm going to begin just by rotating to the right. Just the torso to the right. My head's going to come along for the ride. And now I'm going to intentionally move my neck by just very lightly looking over my shoulder. And the gaze of the eyes is also extended over my shoulder as well. And then you can turn just a bit more if that feels appropriate for you. And we're going to do that on both sides. So let's begin now. So taking a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, a gentle movement to my right with the torso. And now gently engaging the neck as it gazes over the shoulder, Soft gaze of the eyes. Feeling that nice twist in the spine, the sides of the body. Inviting ease as you breathe softly in the belly. Soft engagement of the muscles of the face and the remainder of the body as well. Taking a deep in-breath in, and very slowly, we're going to allow the body to unwind and come to the front. Now, this is a posture where we can oftentimes feel the difference, so taking a moment to bring an inward mindful focus on sensations in the body now. And let's switch sides. Softening the muscles around the belly, the heart, the opening of that chest to allow for a soft breath to be known. Now, when you're ready, taking in a deeper, fuller breath if you'd like. And on the out breath, a very slow rotation back to center. All right, we'll do a forward bend now. And if you have high blood pressure or this for any reason doesn't feel appropriate for you, stand in mountain and just adapt this. Maybe just do the halfway posture. So let me demonstrate. I'm going to do a forward bend, and the bend is actually coming from the hips. Bending the knees can be really helpful in this exercise. It's not about touching the toes. It's instead about this forward bend of the body. So I'm just releasing and a gentle hang. You can also wrap your hands around your elbows, releasing the neck, just letting the head hang, feeling that stretch. And then when you're ready, let's place our hands on our shins and flatten the back. So we're coming up about halfway to a flat back. Once again, as if there's a string extending out of the crown of the head, elongating that spine from the base of the spine all the way out through the crown of the head. And then releasing again. So releasing, soft bend to the knees as needed, allowing for a release of the neck, the head, the muscles around the eyes, the mouth, the tongue. Just a gentle release and hanging. Forward bend. Now when you're ready, a deep full in-breath in, place the hands on the shin, and we'll come up halfway to that flat back, straight out, feeling the extension from the base of the spine all the way out through the crown of the head. Soft belly breathing. One more, releasing straight down. Forward bend. And this time when we're ready, we'll come up to standing posture, but we're going to do it very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, the head, the neck coming up last. Tucking in that chin a bit if you need to as you come up slowly to a standing posture. Once again, we are standing in mountain. Let's move into a seated posture now. So we will begin this, again, our feet grounded, stable, about hip width distance apart. And I'm going to imagine as if there is a chair right behind me that I'm about to sit on. So I'm coming backwards in a sitting posture. My hands are extended out long, fingertips stretching outward. Feet planted on the floor. The majority of the weight here can be in the heels of the feet. You can lift up the toes if you want, replant them, or just really focus on the weight in the back of the heels. As you extend long, straight, soft gaze forward, extending out over the fingertips, coming out of this posture whenever you need to. They could be just short, coming in and out of these if that feels right for you and your body. Or holding a singular posture a bit longer if that feels appropriate for you. And let's all come out of this posture now by taking a breath in, and as we come up, breathing out. All right. Let's just do one more pose, and then we'll bring this to a conclusion. Let's do a tree pose. Now, tree pose can be another helpful balance posture, and I'm going to demonstrate a number of different ways that you could do that. It could be simply done with this, with my toe pointed and touching the floor against the inner shin of my leg as such. Or if you've done this before, not on the knee, but on the lower shin muscle, you could place the foot. Or if you've experimented with this before and have some practice with it, you can also lift the foot into the inner thigh as such. So I'm going to let you choose whatever posture and modification of it works most appropriately for you. The hands can also be extended up like a tree pose. So let's begin now. Those feet placed about hip width distance apart, modifying this posture in any way that you need to. The strength is really felt in that standing leg. So root there first. Remember to root in that leg as we've done with the other postures. And then lifting out the foot. And in any place that it feels appropriate for you to place your hands now, doing so. If this is a little wobbly, so are trees, they blow in the wind. So coming in and out of it if you want, experimenting a little bit. We're building our muscles of resiliency, mindfulness, and the strength of the muscles as well. Soft breathing. When you're ready, taking an in-breath, and on the out-breath, gently releasing arms and leg. Let's go to the other side now. Make sure that this leg, the standing leg, is really grounded. Appreciating its strength. Raising arms up. Or here, if that feels appropriate for you. Noticing that sense of moving in the wind, just like a tree. As the foot is adapting, becoming more resilient as we practice this posture a bit more. Making sure those shoulders are rolled down here too, not up here. Very easy for us to do that. And taking a deep in-breath in and out. Coming back to center. All right. Let's conclude this session now by either coming to your chair, sitting on the floor if you'd like, just for a little closing session here. If you're standing in mountain posture. If you're sitting, bringing that same mountain posture to your chair now, placing hands on your thighs, that same elongation of the spine, both feet flat on the floor. And just taking a moment now as we conclude this yoga session, this mindful movement session, to just check in with the body. Placing hands, if you'd like, on the belly or maybe on the heart. Just a soft pressure. If hands are on the belly, just noticing that natural rhythmic quality, that balloon-like quality of the breath here. If on the heart, just noticing the tenderness of the warmth of the hands in contact with the region of the chest and the heart. Aware of the breath, its movement, this body that knows just how to breathe. Offering caring and kindness now. Maybe a sense of appreciation for the good self-care you've carved out for yourself today. Maybe an honoring of building your own inner stability and resilience so that you can show up more fully with a greater sense of ease in your own life and to the lives of others that you care about, for the lives of others that you care about as well, family and friends near and far. Inviting a sense of ease through the body from the top of the head all the way down to the bottoms of the feet and the fingertips. May I be at ease. May I know and trust my own inner resilience. Honoring this. Taking in a deep and full, satisfying in-breath and out-breath. Opening eyes if they've been closed. Thank you very much for joining me today on this Stress Busters. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye.